Whoops, hang on.
Okay, here comes Jessica.
Okay, hang on. Hey, Jessica.
So sorry.
All right, we're ready to start the show. Here we go. Pause up, everybody. Welcome to Meowy Hour. I'm your host, Arden Moore. As you know, this show is brought to you each and every week by the Cat Fancier Association. And we're very excited. Our sponsor is In Clover, the maker of cool pet supplements for dogs and cats. And we've got a top cat in the house, all the way from the Windy City. We're talking the president, pause, of the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters, who also operates Chicagoland Cat Sitting. Please give pause and applause to Jessica Abernathy.
Hi, guys.
We're talking the president. Rusty is like over the moon. This is Rusty the performer. I adopted him from Samantha Martin, the acro cat. He was an acro cat. What do you think, Jessica?
I think he's adorable. You ready for this one?
Yeah. The more cats, the merrier.
Here, buddy. Oh, he's my chunky monkey.
Who's your chunky monkey?
This is Harry. Say hi to Harry.
Hi, Harry. You're a tuxedo. All right. And where are my manners? This show would not air without the dynamic duo. I'm talking all breed CFA cat judge, Kathy Black, and all breed CFA judge and editor of Cat Talk, Teresa Keiger. Everybody, happy birthday to you. Meow, meow, meow. Happy birthday to you. Meow, meow, meow. Happy birthday, dear Teresa. Many, many more lives. And there is Phoebe, her beautiful one. Hoist up. We have a dog in the house. Please surgically lift that heavy dog around you. Where did your dog go, Kathy?
She's on the floor.
Oh. Hey guys, she's got a dog smaller than a cat named Destiny. Wow. How many pounds? A handful, right? Just 5?
No, she's up to 6 now.
Oh my gosh. There's Destiny, everybody. And we have Samantha Kerr, who's going to be here to talk about the Bengals. Hi, Samantha. I'm Arden. And you know, Bengals are just really chill, laid back, right?
Yeah, right.
I was expecting to see them in the rafters of your ceiling or something, maybe.
No, they're over here, though.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, but she's got babies. Oh,
my gosh. Let the Bengal mayhem begin. Hey, guys, we got a lot to cover today. We're going to also give away some prizes. The drink that I'm going to concoct at the end of the show, Jessica, I'm a licensed bartender, so I make up kitty cocktails.
Nice.
So whether you have a water, a tea, you know, down a shot of whiskey, you too, Samantha, at the end of the show, everybody raises a glass and we toast to all cats. So the drink that we're going to be making, just to get your appetite all ignited, it's called the Tasty Tonkanese Meowtini. What do you think?
I think that's awesome.
All right, it is awesome. It's really good. But first, I want to give a little talk. Speaking of booze, yesterday was National Wine Day.
Nice.
So for those who like the reds, those who like the whites, but those who don't wine with an H, I want to say I hope you did celebrate a good day. If any of you guys drink wine, is there a preference you like? Let's go around the room. Kathy, what's your favorite wine?
I like pink ones.
Pink ones, okay. You mean like a rosé?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
All right, you're a pink lady. All right. Teresa, what about you?
Champagne.
Oh, she's a bubble girl. Okay.
I am. I actually belong to Mum Nap and two other winery wine clubs.
Wow.
So,
all right. Well, I hope you're having champagne on your birthday today.
Mum is actually doing a wine tasting tomorrow night, so we're doing a virtual champagne tasting. So
all right. Well, I'll be there, right, guys? All right. How about you, Jessica? Do you have a wine preference?
I like Melbeck's.
I do too. I like Melbeck's. Okay. How about you, Samantha? Do not feed wine to your Bengals.
Right. I like the pink one too. I like rosé. I like some reds. It's just
Okay, okay. I'm also a red blend gal. Have you guys done the red blends?
Yes.
Okay, all right, well, cool. Now that we've talked the booze, I wanted to give you some fascinating feline facts. Did you know that a house cat can run up to 30 miles per hour? So there was a guy that won the Olympics medal, because I don't know if we're ever going to have another Olympics, but his name was Bolt. Remember? Bolt.
Usain Bolt.
Yeah. He ran the 200-meter dash. Let's give you some perspective, guys. All of us that have these kitties in our house that are just napping on the couch, grooming, they can beat him in a 200-meter dash.
Wow.
What do you think of that? And if that cat was running 30 miles an hour outside during certain hours, they could get a speeding ticket in a school zone.
Yes.
Like,
So I just, cats, when they walk, their front right and their back right go the same this way, but dogs alternate front, right, back, left. I think, and the way that the kitties have their spines and they got like shock absorbers, I think that's what gives them the speed. But we have two cat judges here that know cats. Teresa, do you know what gives cats their speed?
Well, part of it is their flexibility, babies. And they also have this little bit of skin right here. And remember, cat skin is not attached to its body. So
Right.
they can really, they can really flex and compress and then really push off.
So if I had my fat not connected to my body, I could probably run fast.
If I had my fat not connected to my body, it would probably be somewhere else.
Yeah, I'd be putting it in a closet. How about any other reason for speed, Kathy?
Yes. I know, because I hate to admit this on live air, but we actually did dissection of a cat in college.
Okay, thank you. Not saying yesterday. Okay, good.
No, not
Right.
yesterday. And cats have 3 muscles in their thighs where we have 1. They
Oh,
also have 3 muscles in a lot of different places where we have 1. So not only are they more muscular, that would also give them more power for jumping and for running and things like that. So they're more muscular too, not to mention all the flexibility and the way their legs are working in tandem together. Their tail gives them nice balance. They can do curves and things like that. But yeah, they actually have more muscles than we do.
all right. Well, here's another trivia about kitties. This one's going to help me out, Rusty. Rusty says, I'm eyeing this treat. So just give me the treat. There it is right here. If you put it right under their nose, they can't see it. Under their chin, there's a blind spot. So here you go, buddy. Rusty says that the loudest purr on record belongs to a cat named Merlin. And it's a black and white cat, kind of like Chunky Monkey. And this cat is from the United Kingdom.
here comes my other one, Arden.
Oh, who's this one?
I had him hand delivered. Say, this is my kitten. You ready for this one, guys?
Yeah.
This is Bin Laden. That's his name. I got Bin Laden and I got Bin Laden when he was a day old. We started taking care of him at 4 weeks. And
Aw.
I was washing him in the sink and he was chewing on me because I'm definitely allergic to these guys, even though I've got them all up in my face.
Yeah, she has a cat sitting business, but she's
Right.
allergic to cats. Okay, that makes sense.
I'll take later.
Uh-huh.
But he was a little terrorist and was chewing on me, and I kept saying he was a terrorist. And they came down. And you're like, oh, you mean Bin Laden? I'm like, that's his name.
Well, you know what? He's the nicest Bin Laden I think I'll ever meet.
He's a terrorist. Trust me. Yeah, we all have bites and scratches from him, but I can't give him up because nobody would love him like we do.
And I love that. He knows that. So the Merlin, that cat that purrs the loudest, it turns out his purr, which means nothing to most of us, he purrs at 67.8 decibels. Well, most cats purr about 25 decibels. That's more than twice as loud. And it would compare to louder than the water pouring out of a shower head. So there's your built-in sound machine at night, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
So my cat Casey purrs like a Mack truck, I always say. little Rusty doesn't, he purrs only if you put your hand under his chin, you can feel the vibrations, but he doesn't make any sound. Do you guys know why do some cats make noise when they purr and don't? Judges?
I don't have an answer. I mean, so my cats, my chartreuse that are mute, I mean, they don't even purr when they're in pain. Like a lot of cats will purr when they're in labor and things like that.
Yeah.
My chartreuse wouldn't even purr. They purr. They've got loud purrs when they want to purr, but they don't.
Well,
most of them don't purr very loudly.
Do Harry and Bin Laden purr loudly,
No.
Jessica?
Nope, they do not. Bin Laden and Harry both don't even meow loudly. You can barely hear their meows. Both of them. They do not have a voice either.
How about you, Samantha, with the beautiful Bengals?
The Bengals meow very loudly. I have some that purr a lot, and then some that don't. They're just not into it.
Well, I'm going to make $1 million bet with all of you right now, and I don't have $1 million. So, and all you listeners, I'm going to say $1 million, so that way if I lose, it's not dollars. Okay. I bet you cannot purr like a cat.
I bet you're right.
No, I couldn't.
Because they're the only species that can purr when they're inhaling and exhaling.
That circular breathing kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right. We can say toy boat faster and more often than our cats, but they purr, inhale, and exhale. What do you think of that?
That's pretty talented.
This is why I got a degree from Purdue. This is really what I'm honing that degree from, right? Guys, hey, we're going to get with the CFA Hot Minute. We're going to give you test your trivia skills. We're going to get right into what life is like in Chicago if you are a professional pet sitter and the president of the largest all-volunteer national professional pet sitting organization, and that is NAPS, not like you're taking a nap, it's NAPPS, and that stands for National Association of Professional Pet Sitters, and that is the one and only Jessica Abernathy. So then we're going to get into learning about Bengals from Samantha. Thank you. How, if you have a mutt cat like I do, how you can get involved with the CFA. I'm going to then make the cocktail. Does that sound like a fun day? It's going to go like this, right? So I'm going to turn over the mic, which is invisible, to Kathy Black. Kathy, tell us about what's going on in the CFA. There's a couple of things you want to do a shout out on.
Yeah, if you go to CFA's Facebook page, then you will see that on May 29th is the Meow DC Day. We had these lovely ladies on our show earlier in the month. The whole month of May is being focused on by the Meow DC group. But this is all day long. If you're there in person, they're going to have lots of different events starting at 10 o'clock, asking the experts, and yoga with your cat. And they're going to talk about CCW and virtual cat trivia. But if you go to their website, let me see if I can get there with my screen being shared. I may just do it again. If you go to their website, Meow DC, you can see it's all month long, but starting at 6 p.m. Eastern time on Friday, May 28th, there's a panel called Men and Cats panel with
I love it.
Nathan the Cat Lady, Trap King, the Cowboy Cat Wrangler, and everybody can participate. It's a featured captivity. And so everybody check that out on the Meow DC website, or go to our CFA Facebook page and you can find out all about it there too.
That sounds great, Kathy. And we've had Nathan the Cat Lady, we've had the Cat Wrangler, and we've had, of course, Sterling Davis, the Trap King. We need to get the Cat Hatter on, right? Or the cat, what do you call it? The Catter? The Mad Catter.
The Mad Catter. The Mad Catter.
Yeah, but real men love cats. And there's 4 examples. Look at Jessica, right? I think, what's your thoughts on that? Because, you know, when you're dating or whatever, I remember my brother who has cats, he went to one of those, it's just lunch, and the lady said, well, oh, you have pets? And he said, yeah, I put it on my profile as she's digging through her free lunch. And she goes, well, of course you don't have cats, do you? And he goes, yeah, I do. And it was one and done, but he got stuck with the bill.
As it should be.
That's right.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on that, Jessica?
No, I was just saying, I totally understand that. You know what I mean? Joey, who he's 20, I call him my crazy cat lady trapped in a teenager's body. You know, so for high school, when he was getting ready for graduation, he's an honor student. He's super smart, but he forgot about I got to volunteer for something. You know? So I asked him, I said, what would you like to do for your volunteer work? And he's like, I don't know. I'm like, well, what are you interested in? You know, besides video games.
You sound like a good mom. Yeah.
Right? I'm like, what are you interested in? He's like, cats. You know what I mean? At the time we only had Harry. And I was like, so I called my girlfriend up who had a cat rescue, and I wound up fostering 5 pregnant moms and 2 battle baby litters that summer.
Oh
And
my goodness.
that's how we got Bin Laden, because I just, you know, we always
What
make
is a battle litter? What does that mean?
bottle litter.
Oh,
bottle.
Bottle. Sorry.
I didn't know
say
if
it
you were
funny.
playing battleships with the kids.
Sorry. It's probably
Okay.
my East Coast, every once in a while words come out funny, you know what I mean? It's a bottle litter. So yeah, so that's how we wound up with Bin Laden, because he was super sick and I couldn't adopt him out until I got him healthy. And after 9 months of being here.
He's
Yeah.
part of the family. Well, I love that your son is following in your paw steps.
That seems like he loves when I get a new cat client near us. He's like, can I? And I'm like, you do understand that the visits are only 25 minutes. You cannot stay there for an hour. That expectation of him, you know, like 2 hours later, I'm like, where are you? You're done. Let's go. He loves.
Hey, he's a guy after my own heart. I love that. I love that. Hey guys, we got a couple of prizes. We got a couple of winners. And last week, the trivia question was this. We know that many cats enjoy catnip and honeysuckle to get a kitty high. But what of the following herbs also can cause some cats to drool with delight? And it's kind of a strange one, but the answer is valerian root.
And we
And
had
I think
very
valerian root
smart
smells
people.
like, yeah, I think valerian root smells like dirty socks myself, but cats seem to like that smell. So Kathy, we got a couple of prizes. You want to go ahead and announce?
Yes, the winners are Kimberly Thomas and Rick Grabowski. And we had a lot of people come up with the correct answer last week.
We got
And,
smart people here.
And you were giving away one of your books. So Kimberly got the
Cat.
book.
Giveaway
and-
Fit Cat. Yep.
And Rick got the samples from In Clover, and we have a new ad from In Clover. They've got all kinds of different stuff. We want you guys to check it out at inclover.com. And if you put Meowy in Clover 21, you'll get a 10% discount just for being one of our viewers. So be sure and check out inclover.com, and we thank them for being our sponsor.
And hold it up for 1 second because guys, we do have the kitty supplements that are given away, but they help dogs and cats. They've been around since 96. Now I'm trying to do my math. That's 25 years. And they're operated by Rebecca Rose, who is a genius biochemist. So things that pets are having a little deal with to make them feel better, or also give them a good healthy treat as a supplement. That's why I like In Clover. So go to Meowy in Clover 21. Save 10%. All right.
No,
All right,
go
so
to
here-
inclover.com, and that's the
And then
code
put
to
it-
get 10%. Yes.
Right at checkout.
Just typed it in.
Oh, thank you. You're the best, Teresa. All right. For our special guests that are on the show, I know you're geniuses, but I'm going to now give a trivia question. You cannot answer it. You cannot nod when I say the right answer, because the winner will be announced next week. Okay. Pause up. Promise. Samantha, Jessica. Okay, cool. Okay. So any of you guys play the lottery? Or I mean, I do an occasional scratch off. I get giddy if I do a $5 scratch off and I win $10. Have you ever noticed that you're always one number off from the millions? Yeah, okay. But there's one cat who never had to worry about money. So here's my trivia question. What was the name, and still is now the richest cat in the world, and the kitty did pass away, but the owner must have had some meow with the family because he left nearly $13 million to this cat. What I loved is he said he left the money to 3 cat charities and had specific instructions on how to care for his beloved cat so the kitty could live a life without any fret of money. What a wish, right? So I'm going to give you some names. You got to tell me, what is the name of the kitty that was left in 1988? Almost $13 million. Okay, if you know it, you two, Samantha, Jessica, poker face. Okay, was the kitty's name Andy? Or was the kitty's name Blackie? Was the kitty's name Charlie? Or was the kitty's name Donnie? So you can see A, B, C, D. Andy, Blackie, Charlie, or Donnie. And Kathy, what will the winner win?
Well, I don't have a clue, so I would have to Google that. But type your answers into the Facebook feed, and I will pick a winner on Sunday, and they will win the In Clover Wellness Treats.
All right. I've known our special guest for a long time, and she's known me for a long time, and she still came on the show. So, okay, that's cool. She hails from one of my favorite places. I grew up in Crown Point, Indiana. We were Chicagoan wannabes. Jessica Abernathy has many titles in the pet world, and especially during this pandemic, she saved our tails. She is the president of the National Association of Professional Pet Sitters. I'm going to just say NAPS from now on because I can't take a big, deep breath. She also has run successful and continues to do so pet sitting businesses in Chicago. One of them is called Chicagoland Cat Sitters, which I think is cool. But Jessica, your other one is called Professional Pet Sitter Inc. How in the blazes did you get such a great name for your company based in Chicago?
I Googled it, and I Googled it and it was available and I took it. Originally my company was called Kramer's Pet Sitting, and that was after one of my very, very first dogs that I took care of.
Oh, I thought it was from Seinfeld.
No, I know. Everybody always thought it was my last name. You know what I mean? And so when I first got my very first mentor and started, really trying to amp up my business, they told me that my name should really reflect what I do. And Kramer,
it's like saying Coca-Cola or Pepsi. My gosh.
Right. So when I went, I was like, all right, so I'm a professional pet sitter. So I typed that in and Professional Pet Sitter Inc. was available. And I was like, I'll take it. Renamed myself instantly.
Hey, Kathy's got some kind of related to what did you find out about, Kathy?
Yeah, I saw the other day that somebody had gone out and registered the URL for LasVegas.com, and then they ended up selling it for millions of dollars.
Wow.
So you might be able to sell your name one day for millions of dollars. And I know some people that host Meowy Hour that would love to be in your will.
Right? Yeah.
Your new best friend Samantha too, with the beautiful Bengals, giving us live entertainment. So there you go. Hey guys, what I also like about you, Jessica, is a lot of people that become a professional pet sitter, there's always these amazing backstories. We've talked to a lot of veterinarians on our show, and they are swinging, on the swing at age 10, or they're, in the sandbox at age 5, and they're like, I'm going to be a veterinarian. But a lot of people get into the pet sitting business, professional pet sitting business, from all different avenues. And you have 2 curveballs. Tell us a little bit. You worked at United Airlines, and you also had a beauty business, right?
Yeah, I worked for the airlines that was my first career, the one out of high school and school, you know what I mean? That was my first career. And I did that until I got furloughed, and I knew I was going to get laid off, which everybody in America understands that after 2020, what furloughs are, you know what I mean? So I went through it in 98 was my first job.
Wow.
That was a long time ago. Yeah, I'm an old lady.
Yeah, but you were a big deal there. You helped train like 3,000 employees.
Yeah, I did like training. I was one of the one of the trainers. I did that for years, and I helped with, manuals and stuff like that. So I did a lot of training, which I loved. I actually still love doing it. You know what I mean? I have a passion for it. So, and then I went, I knew I was going to get laid off. And so I went and got my nail license, so I have been doing, and
her nails are beautiful.
I was gonna say, me, Arden, they're always done. That's like the one, after you do it, you can't. But so I owned.
I'm more of a buff girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had a beauty salon from 98 till 2011, but I started pet sitting because of 9/11.
Oh, really?
9/11 turned the world upside down, and we all went into everybody lost their jobs and everybody couldn't afford this and that. And, no offense, the beauty industry is kind of a luxury, especially hands, feet, face, things like that. People waiting longer to get their hair done. So a couple of my clients asked me to take care of a cat named Marge.
Marge.
Yeah, Marge is an orange tabby. She's a beaut. But I started pet sitting in 2005 for my clients, and after in 2007 I made it official and started taking training classes and started getting certified and all that stuff. And then I found NAPS and I joined NAPS, and a year and a half later I got asked to, I joined the board, and I have been on the board and worked my way up, and now I'm president.
And she's a good one, guys, because imagine being president of a national association during the pandemic. Every day, guys. Yeah, no, but I'm going to do a shout out to you because of Zoom, which I all wish we had bought stock in the fall of 19. Right. Samantha, Jessica, Kathy, Teresa, we'd all be millionaires, but we aren't. But this gal, during the pandemic, when things were shutting down, you were having coffee. Yeah. Tell us about this coffee.
So we none of us last March, 14 months ago, none of us knew what was going on. We just knew that all of a sudden the government was putting us in a, mandatory stay-at-home orders, which none of us have understood. I mean, no offense, those that lived through the pandemic in 1918, they were a little too old to explain that to us. There are a couple people that have been through that were alive, which I found interesting to learn later. But no, there was not anybody around, and it was a little different in 1918 than it is.
Yeah.
Just a little. So everybody started panicking because, we went from, it was spring break for us.
Yeah, that's a busy time for pet sitters.
Very busy time for us. So everybody stopped flying. Everybody stopped, going to work. We didn't know what to do. So we got on the phone with the rest of the board, and we started trying to figure out what we can do for our sitters to kind of give them a peace of mind and maybe dig out a crystal ball that I never got a hold of. My magic.
More like a Ouija. It's kind of.
I got a magic 8-ball that
a magic 8-ball. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So we put together like a week-long conference, really quick on Zoom.
Yeah, they did. You guys did that. Great people on it.
It turned into 6 weeks, Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday night. From 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I spent every night with pet sitters across the country.
Look at that.
And all of them know I drink Miller Lite. I drank every night with every one of them because that was about what we could do while we were trying to figure out what was going on. Yeah. But then on Fridays, I started, every Friday morning, I would have coffee with them. And so we had a coffee hour every Friday where I would grab a cup of coffee. Anybody was welcome to come to my Zoom room. And we would sit down and we would just discuss what was going on in the world and what we were going to do and how we were going to survive and who heard what and who, had maybe heard about this thing called a PPP loan and, that kind of stuff. And I did that for 8 weeks straight. And then we did it every other week. And now we still do it. I still do it monthly. Every month I have a coffee hour with everybody, and I get together with them and have a cup of coffee, and we just discuss what's going on in the world.
And remember, this is a all volunteer national organization, and all these people are licensed, insured, bonded. So you weren't racking up the dough when you were drinking your Miller Lite or sipping your coffee, right?
I wasn't making anything. I don't make anything for being the president of NAPS, and I'm okay with that because I truly believe that if you're passionate about the industry that you're working in, that you should give back to others. And this was a calling. I was asked to be, run for president by Sherry. God love Miss Sherry. I also did call her right at the beginning of the pandemic and told her I didn't
Well,
sign
give
up.
a shout out to Sherry because she's a past president, but give her last name and she's out west.
Yep, she's one of my favorite people, but I did yell at her for this.
What's her name? Tell the people here.
Oh,
Because
Sugalski. So Sherry Sugalski. I
Mhm.
say that wrong every time. So sorry, Miss Sherry. But yeah.
just blame Zoom.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's something it was a way to connect with our members, and our members really enjoy it. And this summer I am doing a coffee hour with anybody that wants to join us.
Good.
So we're doing coffee with the president, the summer edition. So June, July, yeah, the summer edition. So June, July, and August, you get to meet and come have coffee and ask me any questions you want, talk to other pet sitters.
Nice.
And, we're opening it up to everybody so that way they can learn about naps or learn about pet sitters or learn about whatever they want to learn.
So let's get this. We've got people paying attention, following Meowy Hour that either are going to cat shows
Right.
or they want to go traveling. Some people have beautiful purebred cats. Some have household cat divisions. We got somebody right here like Kathy. So, I mean, why a professional pet sitter? I'm just going to play devil's advocate. I'll just let the neighborhood kid throw a bowl of food, water.
Yeah, sorry.
Just gonna throw that Miller Lite in my face.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's great. It's cooling till we get ready for it. No, I mean, you're more than welcome to do that, but don't when you come home, don't expect the house to be set up. Don't expect the bowls to be clean. Don't expect your cats to be played with. Don't expect us to do a proof of life is what we call it in my business. You know what I mean? Because we do have those cats now. Your kittens are over there just like, I'm loving on you. But
yeah, those kittens are not hiding.
No.
Samantha's kittens are like, dun, 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 dun.
Yes, the little one with the white chest. I'm like, I might have to come get that one. But yeah, no. So you know what I mean. We make sure we see the cat. We make sure that they're eating. We get to know your animals. So if we walk in and we notice something off, like if I walked in and Harry's really not my cat, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, you know what? Harry didn't meet me. And Harry meets me every time. There might be something off with him. Or I noticed that Harry didn't eat his food and Chunky Monkey over here eats his food every time he comes near it, So, I think there's something wrong with Harry and I don't want to wait. Do you mind if I run him to the vet? Your neighbor kid's not going to realize that because they're just running in, dropping some food off, some water off, maybe scooping the litter box if you're lucky. We take training, we get CPR trained in this stuff. We do certifications. We can do continuing education. We go to these cat shows that you guys are talking about so that we learn more about animals and cats in specific. So yeah, I mean, you want a professional because we know what we're doing and we care. It's our job. It's not the neighbor's job to come in and spend time with your cats. It's our job. That's what we do for a living.
Well, you also pay attention, like I smell gas or your toilet's running or there's a big package on your front door, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. And unless it's a toilet and it weighs too much, I'm not dragging it in. But honestly, I do have a couple of those. But most of the time we'll drag them in unless if it weighs more than me, it's staying out there,
Right, yeah.
So
it's not going to walk off if it weighs more than you.
Yeah, right. It's not going to go anywhere unless somebody gets a dolly. But this is what we do, So we keep track of that stuff. I had an example. I had a client of mine who will be a client of mine for life, because he loves me for it. But my sitter, one of my cat sitters got to his house and the front door was ajar. And I'm like, so he called me immediately before walking in and I'm like, okay, the door's open. I'm like, walk around back. Is the back door open? Of course it was. And I'm like, okay, use your elbow, open the door, find the cat, shut both doors, and then leave. As soon as you find the cat, just walk away because the cat would come up usually to us. I said, we need to make sure the cat's in the house still because all the doors are open. And he walked in, he's like, I see the cat. And I'm like, walk to the back, shut the door, walk to the front, shut the door. And I'm on my way and I'm calling 911. So our main priority is to make sure that the animal was safe first. Our second priority was to get 911 there so we could figure out what the rest of the house was stolen. But I didn't want to touch as little as possible.
No.
Right. Yeah, you're like,
CSI.
Yeah, because I'm like, touch as little as possible. They're going to fingerprint. You know what I mean?
So what happened? Was it a break-in?
Yeah, it was a robbery. So they stole a bunch of stuff out of the house. And so, but the big thing was, is all I cared about was making sure the cat was there.
And
I'm
the
glad.
cat was
So
okay.
it wasn't, wait a minute, you sure it wasn't a cat burglar?
It could have been because they left the cat.
The cat's like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you. My
Well,
cat.
I'm really glad the cat was not hurt
Well, that's
or
what
flat
my,
out.
right. But that, I mean, that's as a professional sitter. I mean, our first priority is finding the cat. Our second priority is now getting your house taken care of.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, what I also like about NAPS is you guys have a thing called NAPS University. And that's one thing I want you to talk about. And second, it isn't just an association for professional pet sitters. You guys welcome us humble pet parents.
Yes, we do. We have a pet parent program, which is awesome. So we have a pet parent program, and it's set up so that way you know, we have little promos for you, and we do education stuff for you. Also, we have newsletters for you. So we're trying to help educate you on why you want a professional pet sitter, and you know, how can we help you with your new kitten? How can we help you with your new puppy? How can we find somebody in your area to help with you with that? Because a lot of people adopt one of the cute little kittens that you got that I'm just like dying to play with, you know. But they'll
Watch out, Samantha. Watch out.
I might come and scoop them up, but you know, I'll take an extra Benadryl, but I'll come in to scoop them. So I'm not allergic to kittens for some reason. It's usually when they get about 7 months. Yeah, 7 months is when I start.
Yeah.
So, but what we do is we help pet parents because they adopt these animals and they're like, I just want a kitten or I just want a puppy. They forget how much work comes with them.
Yeah.
They're like having children. They are not, they're just, they have 4 legs. That's the only difference between your 2-legged children and your 4-legged children is they just have 4 legs, but they're still just as needy as your children. They still need attention. They still need the love and affection. They still need to eat. They still need to, you know, have their bathroom stuff cleaned up. They're just like little kids, you know? And one of the things, just so you guys know, a professional pet sitter, the biggest probably thing that we as professional sitters, cat sitters, that we do get some kickback on from cat parents is they really feel that cats can be seen every other day, like every 48 hours.
Thank you. That's pardon me, a pet peeve of mine. Go ahead.
I know it is.
And it's a pet peeve of Rusty's too. He goes, how can you not see me every day?
Hey, and that's something that we have to explain to them. Now, dogs are a little different because they have to go outside. They don't have a bathroom inside usually. So they have to
go not.
Right. And we see them more often because of this. But cats, we need to see them every, you know, within every 24 hours, like once a day for the one fact. They get into way more than dogs can do. They lock themselves in bathrooms. They lock themselves in closets. They get themselves stuck behind dryers. They get themselves stuck in hoses.
Does that sound familiar, mister?
Speaking of shutting themselves in a bathroom, I had that happen the last time I left the house. Somehow my bedroom door got left open and the 2 cats went exploring and they shut themselves in my bathroom, and I was quite surprised. That happened between the pet sitter and me getting home. So
wow,
when I came home and found them that way, I was like, how long have they been in here? You know, but it's
did they give you the paw?
they were ready to get out of there. But anyway, I had a question for you though, Jessica.
Sure.
So a lot of people, I'm sure, were losing their income because the people that they were caring for their animals were not leaving the house because of COVID. So how are you helping your members deal with the whole pandemic and losing their income sources?
That's such a fun conversation that I've had so many times. So one of the things that we did is we talked to them about doing different revenue streams. You know what I mean? Especially if you could believe this, our cat clients were one of the ones that didn't go. I mean, we could actually stay working with because a lot of my clients, for example, because we were in lockdown and isolating and you couldn't really travel. I keep saying isolating because, you know, some people isolated on a boat. A lot of the people where I live in the Chicago area and around, they would start going camping. So they would go up to Wisconsin and go camping. They would take the dog with them, but they would leave the cat behind. So we were doing a lot of cat sitting still. But we did talk to a lot of our sitters about talking to the owners about us walking the dogs while they're in Zoom meetings. Like if you have a board meeting and you don't want the dog to hug you, offer that service up to them. Offer to go do the grocery shopping for them. We're in most states, we were considered essential workers because we were assisting the essential workers. So we did have some, I mean, I lost 90% of my business.
Wow.
And I'm not even close to that back yet. I won't be that until, Illinois opens up. We're not completely open yet. So I'm thinking by fall, I should be on the normal basis, but I still had postal workers. I still had hospital folks. I had manufacturing folks. I had airline folks, you know what I mean? People that are still, so I had a lot of the essential workers. So we were allowed to work for the essential workers. So
Okay.
we were like, hey, let me pick up your groceries, especially like I have one of my clients that I do a lot on the weekends. She has older people in her life. And so what she would do, she would spend the day, she would leave her house in the morning. I would go over afterwards and I would hang out with her pups. And then what she would do, she would go and grocery shop for her old people. I call them our grandparents.
Yeah.
For the old people, she would set them up with meals for the week so that the only person coming into her house was her, but I took care of her animals. So that way she
Right.
could do that. So we talked about doing different revenue streams. Like, what else can we do? Can we run errands for you? Can we be the one that sits at the vet because we still can't get into the vet office? Can we sit at the vet and wait the 2 hours instead of you doing that so you can stay working for 2 hours?
Right.
So we a lot of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's smart because you got thrown a really bad curveball and you could have just cried and take your baseball mitt and go home, but you're trying to reinvent in a crazy time.
Right.
And I think that's another quality about professional pet sitters that I've always admired.
Right. And I am a business coach for pet sitters, you know what I mean? And you know that, Arden.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we did tell them is like, your business is down, but this is the time to work on the business. So if you've been telling me for the last year you haven't had time to update your contract, you sure as crap now.
Yeah.
And I also made fun of everybody too, because every American says this. It doesn't matter if you're in the pet sitting world or if you're in financing or a lawyer or whatever job, but you always just sit there and tell me not if you have not remembered any time before 2020. And I know everybody said this, but God, I just wish I had 2 weeks off to get crap done in my house. Or God, I just wish I had 2 weeks off so I could fix up my backyard the way it was. I just want 2 weeks off.
I think we're never going to hear that again.
Yeah, Mother Nature gave you 2 weeks off and then it turned it into a year. So as far as I'm concerned that everybody had the time to get stuff done. So hopefully everybody had time to recreate themselves, rebrand themselves, come up with new sources of income. I really stress to pet sitters that we really need to have more than one revenue stream. So like if you only focus on middays, then why don't we pick up cat sitting? Why don't you start a cat only business? Because your cat.
Well, let's talk about that because I've seen like a lot of people cat only. There's more cats in homes than dogs. So what is the advantage of going cat only?
Well, truthfully,
says the Chicagoland cat sitter president.
Yeah. Truthfully, I love all animals. Big, small. I mean, I will even feed snakes if I have to. I can't say they're my favorite, but I will take care of them because they're a living creature. So I will do what I have to do to help those little guys out. But my point is that cat people are just a little different than the rest of the world. And I love every one of my cat people, but cat people truly believe that cat people are the only people that can understand cats. So I created a cat only business for the one fact that I want people to understand that I get cats and my staff are cat specific trained. Good. So that they can take care of your cat needs. I can walk into a house of only cats and I will have an 18-page binder of how to take care of Fluffy and what toys Fluffy likes and what toys that, where she might hide and her favorite spot. And don't forget, she likes to have her hair brushed upward, not downward, things. And then I could walk into a client's house with a dog and they'll be like, leave me a Post-it note that says, 1 cup of food in the morning, at night, poops 3 times. Good luck. Have a great trip. Be home Sunday. You know what I mean? So my cat people are just more detailed oriented. They're just more orientated people. So why not create a company for them so that they're more comfortable and we understand their needs and their wants and their wishes. And, so what if I walk into an 18-page, binder?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah, I know everything there is to know about Fluffy, and it's the best thing you could do for me.
Hey guys, we're talking to Jessica Abernathy. She's the president of NAPS. Go to napps.org, and you want to give your websites really quick because we got to get into the Bengal land.
No problem. My one company is professionalpetsittersinc.com, and my other company is chicagolandcatsitters.com. I always want to say Inc. because I'm so used to that. chicagolandcatsitters.com.
I want you to hang on because we are going to finish the show by talking about Bengals, a little bit about companion cats for from the CFA, and then I got to show you my bartending skills.
I can't wait to see them.
At this time, please, let's give a big applause to Samantha Kerr. Samantha Kerr, your title, I have it here somewhere. Don't tell me, don't tell me. Ready? You are the Bengal Breed Council Secretary and you breed Bengals. Take it away, Kathy and Samantha.
Okay, I'm just going to go through this PowerPoint really quickly, and then Samantha can show us her babies because they're so cute. Okay, so in 1963, the domestic cat was crossed with the Asian leopard cat. It's a small cat, it ranges from 5 to 12 pounds. And the idea was to make a hybrid offspring by blending the domestic cat with this wild looking cat. And CFA accepted these cats several years ago. But we only accept those 5 or more generations removed from the Asian leopard cat. They come in several patterns: rosetted, spotted, tabby, marble, charcoal, snow, melanistic, and they even have a long-haired variety, which is called cashmere. So let's look at these pictures. I would say probably the browns are probably the most popular color. These cats really have interesting rosetted spots. So you have one color on the outside of the circle, another color on the inside. The pattern is to be flowing down the length of the body or give that appearance of flowing. So these are some beautiful brown rosettes. They also come in the charcoal color. They have what's called a nocturnal look to their eyes. And it's the way, because the bridge of the nose is even all the way down both sides, it kind of gives the nose a different appearance. Here is one of the lynx patterned ones. And here's another one. And I just think they have such a wild look to them. Their heads are slightly smaller than what you would expect for their body size. That's actually in the standard. The coat is very silky, but it's also like a pelt. It really has a lot of resistance to it. Also, when you get it under a bright light, you can see what's called glitter. Looks like someone sprinkled glitter in the coat, which also gives them a really interesting appearance. So let me stop this.
Kathy, let's mention one other really important fact about the history of the Bengal, and Samantha may want to. When Jane Mill did that original cross, it was because the Asian leopard cat is naturally resistant to FELV. And what she was trying to do was to see if that gene could be passed to a domestic, and unfortunately it couldn't. But that's a big part of how we got this breed. It wasn't just hey, let's see what happens if.
That's true. That's a good point.
Got the first F1 from the NIH out in California.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in with the professor that was actually like studying it. So that was where she got the first F1 from.
Right. Okay, Sandy. So tell us what you got there. How old are your kittens?
So the kittens are 8 weeks old, and they're all brown. Right now, all I have is browns. I have one little tiny Snow, but she's too little to bring up. So I have these 4 little browns. They're all litter mates. They're right at their I don't know if anyone saw me jump, but they're right at their biting stage. So the one bit my toe while Jessica was talking. But yeah, so we're working on socializing, and I'll probably put bitter lime on my toes after this just to figure out to stop biting so much.
Are they all rosetted, or are they spotted?
They are all rosetted. I actually I made the switch to only rosetted cats. So you can do pattern testing now through Chris Kalin in Stanford. So all of my males are pure for spotting. And I did that just because I don't really concentrate too much on the marbles. And I was getting a lot of what are called sheeted marbles, where they're like solid and you can't really see any kind of body pattern. And I like the rest. So.
By the way, she said sheeted. sheeted like a
Sheeted, yes.
yeah,
Like a
yeah.
black sheet pattern.
I want to make sure that word came through clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, and show their belly, because Jessica was talking about one of them had white. They don't have white anywhere on them, but they do have a lighter belly, and it's always spotted. So could you bring it a little closer to the camera for us?
Doesn't one of them have like a white chest? It looked maybe from across the cameras from them playing, it just looked like a little white pad.
No, it's just
really light on the chest too.
That's the one. See how like right there that's got the, look at me, I'm pointing. Like you can see me pointing. So sorry.
Yeah.
Where your thumb is, it's like
lighter color too.
Yeah. Where she was sitting, she just looked cute because it looked like she had a little white chest. I was like, oh, she's so pretty.
And her dad is whited still, and he's almost 2. So I think that she will probably keep that counter shading. That's a harder trait to get in this breed.
That lighter area is a carryover from the Asian leopard cat.
Yes.
So that's one thing that some of the breeders are focusing on, to try to keep some of those traits that are with the Asian leopard cat.
Phoebe is absolutely entranced by the kitten. She's got her face right up against the monitor.
Destiny, can you see the kittens playing? Can you see? She's like, can I chase them? Can I chase them?
Yeah.
My chunky monkey Harry would love them. He would just sit there and like he was like the best foster pops. He just would love on them, you know.
Yeah. My dogs are a little too interested with the cat, and I don't do a lot of socialization with dogs and cats just because I have big dogs and they're not very gentle with the babies.
So obviously you're not going to keep all 4 of those. So how has
She said no, thank you, no, thank you.
Yeah. How has your pet market been during the pandemic? Have people slowed down, or has it been an increase in people wanting to get cats?
It's been a huge increase. And I was initially very concerned because I had a lot of people that had to defer off of the waiting list. Like they just wanted to wait until the economy got better. And then I got this huge onslaught of people that just wanted cats right now. They didn't care how old, they didn't care what color. It was a little bit alarming actually. So I do have a waiting list. I probably should stop taking deposits any day now because that part hasn't slowed down at all. And, you know, obviously I can only produce X amount of kittens a year.
Well, I'm looking at this. This is better than Netflix, really. I mean,
yeah,
you don't have a boring household.
Yeah, and I will say too, like when we were talking about the pet sitters, both of my kids are in school. So my daughter entered kindergarten this year, and then my son was in 3rd grade. And that was a real concern to me, is how am I going to take care of all of these cats and then still teach them? So I did actually end up hiring 2 people to come on like different days just to help me clean, because it's a lot of cleaning on a day-to-day basis.
Oh yeah.
Kind of counted on both of them going to school. So yeah, it was definitely a challenge.
Hey, how do we find out about your cattery?
So I do have a website. And it is www.acresbengals.com.
Say it again.
acresbengals.com.
Okay. All right. And where are you based out of?
I'm in Ohio. I'm in Cardington, Ohio. And then I also have a Facebook cattery page. So if you just search Acres Bengals on Facebook, you'll find it. I also have an Instagram where I put all my cute kitten pictures and like.
Any TikTok for the Bengals?
You know, I tried. I'm not good at TikTok yet. Not yet. I should try again, but yeah, they keep pretty busy.
All right. I know we got just a little bit of time left. One thing I'm going to just interject. Everybody was worried about Casey because Friday he got his eye slashed by Rusty playing. Oh. Sorry, Rusty. And I took this amazing photo that showed it was just the 3rd eyelid that got slashed, and he had a cut under his left eyelid. He went to the doctor that afternoon. Thank you, Casalinda and Dr. Deborah Charles in Dallas, and got an antibiotic and a pain med in the butt and a little cream. And look at those beautiful eyes now.
You would never know.
He just winked at you. He winked at you guys. So thank you, all you guys that were thinking good thoughts for Pet Safety Cat Casey. He is seeing and thanking you very, very much.
Case you know, Sonny sees a bunch of pretty ladies. He's making the moves on all of us.
He is. He is a feline George Clooney. Ladies, I love you. All right, Kathy, we got a little bit of time left, and my drink takes a little bit of time. So let's get right. First of all, let's thank Samantha Kerr and her cool Bengals, and for Kathy giving us some more details. And Teresa, Kathy, talk about the CCW.
Okay, very quickly, CCW stands for Companion Cat World, and it's a way for you to register your non-pedigreed cat, like Jessica's cats, with the Cat Fanciers Association. So it's a one-time lifetime fee of $13. You can register your cat, upload a picture, and when you do, you get a card with your cat's picture on it. We make luggage tags that are great to put on the carrier, so when they go to the vet's office or when you're flying with your animal, your cat's picture also gets uploaded in our gallery. So check it all out at cfa.org/CCW.
All right. And if we can quickly go to that pet first aid page.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was bringing up the drinks.
Miss Jessica mentioned this. I don't care where you take pet first aid, guys. I love teaching it in person and Zoom, but we actually do offer a vet-approved 3-hour cat first aid class. And our next class is going to be in June, June 29th. And we have a dog and cat class that's going to be offered June 27th. Just go to Pet First Aid for You and look at 2 of your instructors. What do you think of their instructors, Jessica?
I think they're handsome. I mean,
They're very handsome.
I would go at least on a first date with them.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
So please do that, because I really hope you can. We have people that have taken our classes from South Africa, Egypt, and Germany, all of the Caribbean. I mean, so Zoom has some perks. I'm a 3/4 glass gal, so full. So I do appreciate that. And if you have Bengals and you've got Bin Laden, I can teach you through Zoom while you're at home, while they feel safe.
Right.
Nice.
And I think it's important, just to piggyback off of that really quick. I think it's important for every pet parent, along with pet sitters, to have the CPR, because no offense, your kittens are going to get into something and you're going to need to know it. And every one of them does it. And you're just going to vouch for me. Every kitten gets into something and you're just like, how? Just tell me how. And
I teach you not to freak out and what to do in the now. So let's go from cat injuries to something for your taste buds. I'm calling this drink the Tasty Tonkanese Meowtini. How's that? And it's because I want you to enjoy this creamy, smooth tasting cocktail, maybe with a cat purring on your lap. I want to do a shout out. Look how beautiful this graphic is. Thank you, Teresa, Keiger. Happy birthday, girl. So this is a shout out to all the people that like chocolate and alcohol. So you start by, you can take a glass and you can rim it with a little chocolate syrup if you like. But then I like caramel, so I'm switching to caramel, but you can do chocolate or caramel, and you can just drizzle it inside a nice glass, make it pretty. All right, now here comes the booze. You take a cocktail shaker, they have ice in it, and you're gonna love this count. The first thing we're putting in is vanilla vodka, 1.5 ounces, that's a 6 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't drive.
I didn't know they made vanilla vodka.
Yeah. Then we're going to go with cream de coco.
Nice.
Cream de coco is a chocolate liqueur that has a hint of vanilla. And for this one, again, a 6 count or 1.5 ounces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But wait, there's more. Then we're gonna do 1.5 ounces, oh my God, don't drive, of Kahlua. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is serious stuff here, Jessica.
Okay, that makes more than 1 martini, right?
Probably.
Okay.
And then you want to do 3/4 of Bailey's. I love Bailey's. Bailey's is a great drink. So I'm going to just put 3/4 of an ounce in here and pour it in. And you know the drill, guys. We got to give this a good shake. Look at that glass. Nice, nice, nice. Look at this thing ready to be quenched. It's thirsty. So you're just going to pour it in. Yeah, this is a drink for two people. And then you want to just adorn it with a little bit of cocoa powder.
Oh, yummy.
So at this time, whether you have the Meowtini that I just made, a glass of water, a Miller Light, or whatever you have, let us all now raise a glass and let us toast to all cats everywhere, purebreds and mutts that make our lives better. Cheers, kitties.
Cheers.
Wow, we got a minute left, so I want at this time to properly thank everybody. I want to thank the Cat Fancier Association for presenting Meowy Hour. I want to thank my co-hosts, Kathy and Teresa, our special guest, Jessica Abernathy, NAP's president, Samantha Kerr, awesome Bengal breeder and cool person too. Both of you guys are cool people. We want to thank our sponsor in Clover. They've extended their sponsorship through August. Thank you. And next week, we're going to give you an inside view of a cat show with the help of Kathy, Teresa, and myself. We went to Mesquite, Texas with Mask, and we got to find out what it's like. And so we're going to do a special show next week all about what to expect inside a cat show. So guys, until next time, same cat channel, same cat time. We're going to see you on Meowy Hour. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Thank you for
Bye.
everything.